Hello, everybody. Welcome. On June 3rd, 4th, we've got a full moon in the expansive sign of Sagittarius. It's also known as a strawberry moon. And I thought I'd just share with you the first Greek strawberries. I can't share the smell with you, but aren't they beautiful? So beauty is quite a big theme of this moon energy. Why? Because Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, just a few days ago, went into Taurus. And Taurus is ruled by Venus. So this is an expansionary opportunity for bringing more beauty, more love, more heart into your life and to the lives of people that you interact with. We're moving in now to this mutable energy, sun, of course, in Gemini at this time, the moon in Sagittarius. So it's an opportunity to release yourself. Let yourself go a little more with the flow. Don't be too fixed. Allow yourself to experience new horizons, new perceptions. Sagittarius energy is always about widening your view, your vision. Instead of being narrow, you're being invited to open, to stretch. Now, Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, is a very positive energy. It's an opportunity to decide to be positive. Because what happens is that when you look for the good, more good happens just to come along. The more generous you are, the more generosity you're going to experience. Now, I've written at the end here, own nothing and be happy, because this is one of those very, shall we say, touchy phrases from the World Economic Forum. But there's just something a little deeper to think about here, because we've got Jupiter and the North Node are conjunct together. The North Node relating to our collective destiny. So there's a collective shift going on with our values. What's important to us? What do we really need? Where are we over-consuming? Overdoing it. We can see there are so many areas where we've overdone, over-farmed, overfished, So it's an opportunity here, especially with this square to Mars in Leo, to break free from the old ways of just wanting more, and it's never satisfying. Yes, you can own many properties, and then they become a hassle. The more things you own, the more you have to take care of them. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't own anything, but I think there has to be maybe a redefinition of ownership and looking at what do we really need in order to thrive, in order to bring beauty into our lives and goodness in our lives. So I think with a full moon, it shines a light on life areas that we might have been avoiding for a while, so that maybe we are reminded again to look at maybe certain unpleasant things in order to come up with new, wider thinking solutions. That leads into the next aspect. Mercury, ruler of Gemini, is conjunct to Uranus. This is the lower mind and the higher mind acting together here, an opportunity for flashes of insight, new ways of doing things, not going back and trying to just make little tweaks to an old system that's no longer working, and moving into new areas. So this is really, again, I think a reminder because of the Taurus energy, looking into what is really needed here and what is extraneous. So you might be looking at that in your own life. I do think we're going to be looking at new methods of farming, new foods, new construction materials, new ways of building. And it may need to look different to how you think it should look. I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I never, ever thought that I would end up, at least this is how things are right now, there is only ever the right now, renting a space in part of a house with my friends. Yes, the friends live below and I live here. And this was never in my thinking computer. It just wasn't there. So this invites you here to look maybe at your old way of thinking about what you need to own, what you must have to be all right, what you need to plan for. It's just new seeds and new ways, and moving towards your higher self and asking your higher self as to what it knows is best for you. So I'm realizing I might be just triggering a subject that's a little hot potato, but that's okay. Sagittarius reminds you the moon is trying to Mars. So Mars in Leo, ruling the heart. So this is about leading from your heart. It's fire energy, it's passionate, it's expressive, it's creative. I created a new painting here. I don't know if you can see it well enough. There we go. For this full moon in Sagittarius. I'll be playing a piano in a separate video, a new t-shirt here. So Jupiter encourages you to dedicate yourself to self-improvement. What practical steps, because Jupiter is in Taurus, are you resolving to take to improve yourself every day? And I truly try to do that. Am I always successful? No, but I really, every day, do my best to push myself just a little bit more. And I usually have something that I'm working on that's, let's say, negative, that I want to change. It could be like getting anxious about things, losing my calm. And then I work on something that I want to cultivate and develop, which at the moment is kindness and conscious kindness to other people, and really developing that as a muscle so that it becomes second nature. I won't think about it. So these are things you might just want to begin to think about at this time. I'm also reminded with the Sagittarian energy of a trait of the Greek people, and it's a word that's very difficult to translate. It's called philoxenia. Philo is a friend, xenia is a stranger, a friend to the stranger. Can you be a friend to the stranger or strangers in your world? Because that you do see here in Greece, honestly, people just want to give you things, especially the people from the Chorio, from the villages. You know, they'll come round with olive oil, with tomatoes, with a bit of spanakopita, cheese. There is just this energy of generosity. So if you can just allow this generosity that is inside all of us, but let that Sagittarian energy spark it. Because soon enough, in another month's time, you're going to get a full moon in Capricorn. It's going to be the Capricorn energy, which really brings things in again. Yes, it sort of tidies up all that crazy energy and says, okay, now let's have a clear strategy. But this month, it's time just to let loose, let free, and just explore. And I'm reminded here of a quote by Henry James, which is 3 things in human life are important. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. So now let me just see what our card is here for this full moon in Sagittarius. Simplicity is your secret. So think carefully about what you want to own and how you might make the whole process of everything in your life more simple. Remember always to have a little bit of fun. This energy here of Gemini and Sag is a little bit playful and a little bit fun. I give you a little Auntie Jenny story. She had a boiler man come to fix the boiler. He noticed, he saw the card with the Queen on, and he said, "Is that you? Are you really?" She said, "Oh, yes." She said, "In fact, I'm 101 now." He said, "I've never kissed anybody of 101. Could I give you a kiss, please?" She said, "Of course." And so very nice. And he left. And she said, "You know what? He didn't charge me a penny and he fixed the boiler." So there's always a funny story to tell. See what you can share. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a smile. And also share with often people that are not noticed. I had an experience where I wasn't allowed to drive at park somewhere I shouldn't, so I was banned from driving for 10 days. But to be honest, the police in that station were so nice. And they really get such a lot of flack. They get angry people coming in, shouting, annoyed, but they were really kind. They were patient. They translated everything for me. So when it was all over, I took them, a few cookies and chocks and things. And they were so thrilled because they're really unsung heroes largely, especially the ones that work in the admin. So perhaps you can see who are your unsung heroes around you and just give them a little bit of your generosity of heart. So much love to you. Strawberries. Enjoy this strawberry full moon. Bye for now.